Lastly, I want to talk about Connor's all-natural diet, the secret diet that has kept Connor in the best shape of his life. He's had like an eight pack. He's completely lean. He's completely fit. So I want to know about this. He's always mentioning about he eats anything that's grown in this from the soil or picked from the tree. And I think that's a perfect way to put it out. So I would like to hear that, and the audience would like to hear that as well.
Wow. Well, I'll keep it as short as possible because it is a whole nother conversation and it could be massive. But in all essence, we know that the world that we are living in is very, very corrupted in many different ways in regards to the government, how, people just want to make money and people will do anything to make the money, right? They'll destroy people's healths, people even kill for money, all the rest of it. But one thing for sure is that many people don't know about is 90% of the food that people eat off of the shelves in a supermarket are chemicalized, and it causes diseases, it causes illnesses, and it causes people to put on a lot of unnecessary weight as well. It's very unhealthy. It's just basically not natural. And think about it, just 100 years ago, 100 years ago, when our grandparents was younger, in their days, there was probably about a handful of diseases. You could count them on your hands. I mean, they was there, but there was only maybe 5-10 diseases that was commonly known. But nowadays, there's thousands of different diseases. Cancer has become more bigger than it ever was, up to this date. Why? Because the food that people eat can produce and trigger cancer, because it's chemicalized, and there's obviously a lot more that goes into it. But pretty much, with all this being said, knowing that there's so many chemicalized food out there, and it's all just to make things more addictive, so people want to eat more, like chocolates, cookies, and all this sort of stuff. And even though I'm like imperfect, and sometimes I'll have one here and there, 90% of my diet is strictly natural. What do I mean by natural? It, like you mentioned, it's if something comes off of a tree or grows out of the ground, it hasn't really been tampered with. I mean, you could go extra and go more in depth, like, well, they spray or even the fruit and vegetables now with chemicals to make it grow faster. Yes, they do. And at the end of the day, like, that's not good, but until you can buy, that's why I'd suggest buying organic.
Or grow your own vegetables.
Or grow your own vegetables, exactly. Then you're going to be as natural as it gets. But just to have this in your mind, at least if you can have something that's at its original state and more natural, then you're going to be better off. But the minute they've took this natural source from the ground or the tree, and then now they start tampering it with chemicals and stuff, anything you buy, just think about it, a jar of jam or some biscuits, some chocolate bars, anything, even some sauces that you want to put with your food, read the ingredients in the back of the can or the back of the packet or whatever it is, the back of the box, and just keep it simple. If you can't understand what them ingredients are,
don't buy it.
Then don't buy it. Stay away from it.
Would you advise us, when I mean us, myself and the audience, to make it a habit to read the labels?
100%. I'll just do your research as well. Research about health and food. I only know about this because of awareness from people that have taught it. And when you put the two and two together, and you know how corrupt the world is in a way that it's being run by the devil, and people are just out there to make money, and it's all greedy, and
it's all sugar. It's all sugar.
Sugar is like something else as well. Sugar is not even supposed to be white. I don't know if anyone knew this listening to this. The color of sugar when it comes from the ground, because sugar comes from the ground, but the natural color of sugar is brown. It's called sugar cane.
Yeah.
It comes off the sugar cane from the ground. It's brown.
It's brown.
But what do we have? Most people have white sugar. It's been refined. That's one thing. It's been chemicalized. It's been literally dyed a different color. And people are eating it, and so much of it. And they even make it more addictive, so people want more and more and more.
Okay.
They say that sugar is meant to be even 10 times more addictive than cocaine.
Absolutely. I personally think...
This is what they say.
Sugar is the most addictive substance in the world.
It's crazy.
Every single thing has sugar, and that's the reason everyone's fat.
This is
including me.
This is the thing.
I consider myself fat.
This is the thing, right?
I mean, Everything has 10 grams, 50 grams. It's
this
ridiculous.
Is it. So when you have this mindset and awareness, then how do you overcome this? Well, you just, anything you're buying from the supermarket, if you pick a banana up from the shelf, it's a banana. Pick an orange, it's an orange. If you get something, for example, potatoes, they're potatoes, right? Or onions are onions, and all this sort of carrots are carrots. But anything that's in a can, a jar, a box, or something like this, you just want to be observant.
So what would you advise us to eat? What is your diet like? Could you give an example?
Of course, I can give you an example. I pretty much eat the same thing nearly every day.
Okay.
Literally, and I feel great.
Okay.
I've not really felt sick for the past 4 years.
That's incredible.
Another thing as well. Before that, I'm always getting colds. I'm always falling sick, getting illnesses, all this. But when I've kept natural, the only time I ever start feeling sick is if I'm having too much of treat stuffs, and I'm not supposed to have it. But it's very, very rare because I know the consequence. But what I'll typically have when I wake up in the morning, now I actually do something else, which is a beautiful remedy for health, is intermediate fasting. I know you did this as well. 17-hour fast, including sleeping. So I'll finish eating food.
Sorry, I think we're getting off the tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
What is the kind of diet that you would advise
Thank you.
us to eat?
The diet that I eat, typically what I eat, I wake up in the morning, I'll fast until 11 a.m., okay? At 11 a.m. when I break my fast, I have natural peanuts, okay, so organic peanuts. I have steamed vegetables, so it'll be carrots, be broccoli.
Yeah.
Can have a little bit of sweet corn as well sometimes, and I'll mix it up. Bit of cabbage.
Carrot, broccoli, cabbage.
I'll have purple potatoes, the Chinese purple potatoes. That's like sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll have a boiled organic egg.
Boiled organic egg. That's a lot of words.
A boiled organic egg, yes. And I'll have that as my little breakfast to begin with.
Okay.
Then in my afternoon, I'll boil some rice. I'll have rice, just some jasmine rice. Okay. And then I'll have some kind of meat with it as well, or maybe eggs, but I'll most likely to have meat. I'll have chicken, or have pork, or beef, or something.
All home cooked.
All home cooked. Everything is cooked by me. I'm cooking it. I know what's going into it. Just salt, pepper, black peppercorns is very healthy as well. I almost forgot when I first wake up. How did I forget? In the morning, I have one whole entire glass of purified water, meaning that it's filtered, because the water we get from the tap, it's not the most cleanest, because how can they possibly clean all of the pipes that are underground and the water not be contaminated? They cannot.
Sedimentation.
Exactly.
Of the pipes. Yeah.
Voila. So with that being said, I have purified filtered water that comes from a filtration system. You can have like them small Brita jugs, or you can go to a place and actually pick up water, which I do now at the IGA market.
Okay.
You can refill your water.
Last question before we move on.
Yeah.
Do you take any kind of multivitamins,
Nothing
tablets,
like that.
anything like that, supplements?
Personally, it could be a lack of knowledge and understanding for now. I mean, there could be some very, very healthy remedies of taking tablets and taking vitamin D's and all this that are in a capsule form. And there could be some natural...
I recently started taking...
things that are great.
1 tablet a day. Multivitamin. It's a combination of 20, 30 multivitamins. Okay. And I'm hoping to see some boosted immunity.
Okay.
So
I mean,
that's...
See how you get on. Just measure results and kind of go from there. You can share with me. At the minute, I can't give too much information on that because I am already... I haven't really educated myself so much on that, other than the fact that if I don't know...
That's okay. I'll let you know
if
in
I don't
1 or 2 months how I'm feeling, and you can
for sure
try it out.
Yeah, and again, I just like keeping it as natural as possible.
Absolutely. I genuinely think...
original state. Then you can't go wrong. If you're unsure, like me, and you're not fully educated on these other things, and I just like to keep it simple.
I think natural and simple is the best way to go.
Off the trees, we can't go wrong. That's
From the ground, off the trees.
Yeah, that's it. And look at me, I'm very healthy. I'm 4 years really, haven't been really sincerely sick.